The Zacks Rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks Rank buys.
We're going to talk about a couple of aggressive growth stocks in the semiconductor space that our aggressive growth strategist, Brian Bolan, is calling to our attention here. So we're talking here on March the 30th, right? But on March the 27th, which is the prior Friday to today, there was some big news. What was the big news?
Right. Towards the end of the day, a report came out from MarketWatch that suggested that Intel was looking to buy Altera.
Okay.
So Altera is a chip maker just like Intel, and they're focused much more in that data center space. That sent their stock up about 20 to 25%. Within the last, I want to say 20 to 30 minutes of the day. So that really caused a jolt in all the semiconductor stocks. So I thought it would be a good time to take a look at two Zacks Rank #1 buys in that space.
Okay, but just to clarify, that news didn't have material impact on these two stocks that we're going to talk about?
Well, it did, because when you have an instance like this, it's the rising tide lifts all ships.
Okay,
and when there's a big deal like that, everyone else's valuation is going to get pulled up just a bit.
All right, so Cypress Semi, CY the ticker, is one chip maker that's on your radar.
Absolutely. And this stock has got a great history of beating the number, and I like that, and investors like to see that. When it beat 9 out of the last 10 quarters, that's something that kind of gets everyone's eye. And that tells you that there is some sort of consistency here. They are in the middle of their own deal, so they are merging with Spansion. And they are more in the flash memory space.
Okay.
When you take a look at valuation, and then, for all these chip stocks, in technology, it's going to be a little bit higher than most stocks. But we see this stock carrying a 45 times forward earnings multiple. And that's pretty healthy. That's just a little bit below your nifty 50, but, obviously investors are expecting a lot of growth going forward. We can see from the chart that the stock is off its highs just a little bit, but still a Zacks Rank #1, which means earnings estimates have been moving higher, and that's the type of thing aggressive growth investors like to see.
It is. Then there's Neophotonic, NPTN, the ticker, small cap chip company, right?
Right. And this is definitely the idea here that I want to stress on this. This is the smaller cap, and when you have this sort of thing, it can really be much more volatile than something like Cypress or Intel or Altera or those sorts of names. It's only around $200 million in market cap, so there can be big swings on this. This is a Zacks Rank #1 with 3 consecutive beats, and the last 2 were profitable. And that the most recent one was much bigger than expected. So the earnings surprise was very big. And the idea here is that when you have the company that's moving from losing money into making money, you'll see investors pile in. A lot of investors don't want to be buying stocks that are, quote, losing money. They like to be in those stocks that are making net profits. You can see here from the chart that ever since the company reported back in early March that they are now profitable, the stock has pretty much taken off. Still Zacks Rank #1 as the earnings estimates are moving higher, but again, a forward PE multiple of 83 times is rather rich.
Yeah, I would say.
So people are really paying up for this sort of growth.
Yeah, and how long do you think that might take place?
If the company continues to post very solid earnings, that will eventually pull down that PE number, because that E is that big part of that PE. So it could come down, even 20 to 30 points at a time if it continues with the big earnings beats.
Okay, do you own either one?
I do not.
All right, check out other stock picks and stock picking strategies on our website, Zacks.com. You know the drill. If you're not there already, get on over. You can link to all of the information on stocks that we have right off the homepage. With Brian, I'm Terry Ruffolo.